I set my alarm clock for around about 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning, and I did it so nobody could see me. And I drove up there and I parked and I walked up to the bridge shaking. But at that point it was my time to go. That was my aim. My aim was not to be here anymore. I exhausted all avenues. I had no fight in me left. So I sat on the pavement bit on the bridge. I stood up, looked over the bridge, sat down again. I was toying with it. Do I do it now? You know, what do I do? But something was holding me back. And when I sat down for long periods, got up, a guy come to me and reached out to me and started talking. The experience was just very blurry. The only vision I had was to be on that bridge and end it all.
In 2017, 4,383 men took their own life in the UK alone. Suicide is also the #1 killer of men under the age of 45. With shocking statistics like these, why are men taking their own lives across the country?
How you doing, you alright?
Yeah, not bad.
Good, good. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
How's it gone?
Good.
Yeah.
Malesallowed is a Plymouth-based organisation created to help men struggling with mental health disorders. Today marks the launch of a poster campaign designed to increase the awareness not only of Malesallowed, but of mental health in general.
I've got the posters, mate. I've brought the posters down. I've got 3 of each, 4 of each. Yeah, 3 of each. I just wonder if we can get them up in the pub, mate.
Yeah, we'll go around and have a look, toilets and just on the exits and everything like that. That'd be perfect.
Ideal, mate.
Daniel is the manager of the George Inn in Plimpton. He is working closely with Paul Thompson, the founder of Malesallowed, to encourage men to talk about their mental health.
Put it.
Where do you think would be best, mate? What about that little board there or not?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
This is where all the group gathering, all the men that come in from work and everything. This is their sort of corner, man's corner. So it'll be good.
I mean, I'm just thinking out loud, being a customer now, out the bottom, like, you always look, don't you? You always, just human nature, just to look. And that is quite distinctive, you're going to see that straight away. And you're probably going to get inundated, mate, you're probably going to get customers saying, what's that then?
Yeah.
That may not know.
But
and that's a really good, like, icebreaker, isn't it? You know, that's what we need. Around about June time of last year, that's when Malesallowed was up and running. You know, as we're talking now, the page is even more growing as it is. We've got nearly 3,800 followers. We've reached out individually to around about 280 men on a one-to-one. We do group meets, Facebook Lives. We do obviously college talks as well, and so on. Because the much-needed awareness it's got to be out there.
Beautiful.
Brilliant. Yeah, lovely.
The poster campaign is targeting places which statistically attract large male numbers. Pubs and bookies are at the top of Paul's priority list. The George Inn in Plimpton has been his first point of call, due to Daniel's personal interest in the campaign.
Paul got in contact with me just after he'd seen my article with the Plymouth Live, going into detail about why mental health and everything affects me is because I lost my very close friend of mine, Smithy, last year, Reese, and it's just a way to get involved and help other people. I don't really want other people to be in the same situation. Like, I've lost friends and family before, but I've never lost something as much important as Reese was to me, because he was like my right side of my body.
In 2018, Daniel's best friend Reese took his own life. Now Daniel wants to help others who might be feeling suicidal.
I don't want anyone else to be put in that same situation, because it's difficult. It's hard, I think, to be not the macho one all the time. I think I'm quite soft and sensitive, so it's all right for me. But for other blokes, like Smithy, for example, he was the builder, the hard man, and all this, that, the other. You know, come home and he'd still have paint all dirt all over his nails. Like, men in any shape or size or anything like that, they can struggle because you don't want to look weak or look like that, but it's just all you're doing is chatting. You think of all the conversations that me and Smithy would have had at a pub, probably talking about mental health, but not in a way that you think you're talking about it. So this is probably deemed difficult, but if you literally just meeting up and talking, it's doing half the job. So hopefully with the awareness with Malesallowed, I can prevent anyone else trying to feel the same way. It's ways like the way I feel, but also anyone that wants to take their own life to just come out and chat, because there's other ways around it. You never know. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know what it feels like or anything like that, but it's the aftermath is horrible to be in.
We got to keep that one in. We've got to keep that one in. That was cracking, Ty. I'll give you that one, mate.
We do a Malesallowed football sort of meet on a Monday. We get a few coming along actually, but we always get good feedback about that. Not just because of the social thing, but the physical thing as well. Physical fitness is really important for the mind and for mental health with men. So it for me it was a no-brainer to get a football team together and do something. We've had a lot of engagement and feedback and how beneficial it has been for men participating and getting involved, meeting new people, getting out for the evening, hobby, talking, but physical aspect of it as well. So there's posting as Malesallowed. So we've got Facebook Live check-in, and that's basically what we do. We do that sort of 3 or 4 times a week. Either I do it individually, or the guys do it as a merge, or I will do it as a merge, because you've got that facility to do that. Just checking in on guys, really, just make sure they're all right. I mean, during the day, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you might not get as many people, because obviously a lot of people at work or college or whatever, but sometimes you'd be surprised actually. Good afternoon, guys. It's Paul from Malesallowed. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are all having a good day so far. Welcome to the chat. Come on board, guys. Tell us about your day. Tell us about your week.
Paul struggled with depression for years. His experiences as a child were the catalyst which triggered his mental health disorders in adult life.
I didn't have a great childhood. It was quite emotional, quite hard to be brought up. My mum didn't really know how to love me, really. She suffered a lot with mental health herself. My dad was quite abusive physically and mentally, so we suffered as a result. But yeah, this is Lara. This is where I was brought up. But this is a spar shop here, and it used to be a mace, like a convenience store, and I would actually shoplift here. I used to have a massive ski jacket, and I used to stuff Mars bars ice creams up my sleeve to sell them at school to survive, really, to get some money, because I never used to get pocket money. I never used to get fed properly, so I used to shoplift. It played a big part in my mental health, why I suffered, because I never used to get love that's at home, and I used to be abused, and why I suffered with mental health is because of my childhood.
After battling with depression for years, Paul's struggles with mental health finally came to a head. In 2012, Paul set his alarm and made his way to the Tamar Bridge with just one aim.
I planned it for months, and I think if you're in that position, you do think and you do evaluate, and you just take everything into consideration. You've got no hope left. You feel like you've exhausted all avenues of help, and there was no help for me. Basically, I planned my suicide, and it was here, Tamar Bridge. For me, I had no choice. There was no choice for me, and I was in such a dark place that I didn't have the confidence or the awareness to reach out, and I just lost hope in my life. Wait, this was the spot. This was the actual spot where, this is the spot here. That was a lamppost. I sat here for probably 2 to 3 hours contemplating just remember being here sat down and people cycling, walking past and not really acknowledging. It was scary. Somebody did reach out and he said, "Are you okay? Do you want to talk?" And that for me was all I needed. No judgment, nobody to say, "Pick yourself up, get well," and all this, you know, man up. It wasn't about that. It was about somebody just being neutral, not judging me, just listening. And I fell in pieces. I started crying, you know, and he phoned an ambulance. He phoned 999, and I think it was an hour, 2 hours when they come. You know, then I started to get the help there, and that's when I was in a position to starting to be on the road to recovery, not just with the help with the NHS, which was limited, but actually really finding myself, why I got to this point, what made me be here. And I did a diagnosis of myself. I did a real research on my mental health, like understanding why I had issues, accepting it, understanding, talking.
Today, Paul has overcome his struggles with his childhood and his mental health disorders. He uses his experiences to reach out to men in a similar position to him.
The fact is that we're not naturally good at talking as much as women. That's a fact. And again, that's through stigma, or I'm not seen as a weaker one, you know, and that's how I went through life. You know, it's because I was afraid to talk. And that's a big issue. That is a massive issue, is not being able to talk, but also what's out there. There's still a lack of awareness. There's still a lack of resources. And that's basically the core of it, for sure.